Hi, my name is Chris Semke, and I'm the Senior Manager of Product at ID Experts. My plan over the next several minutes is to show off the latest advancement to the MyIDCare platform, something we call SocialSentry. SocialSentry is a giant leap forward in the assertion of control over your digital privacy because we do the analysis and the heavy lifting for you. We're able to do all of this because of four major breakthroughs. The first major breakthrough is we bring the ability to delete, block, and take down harmful social media content directly within the MyIDCare platform. Nowhere else on the market today will you find this feature. If you wanted to try to delete, block, and take down social media content on your own, you'd have to rely on your own knowledge of the layers upon layers of privacy and security settings within each of the different social networks to be able to accomplish these tasks. Rather, we bring this ability to the forefront directly within our alerts. The second major breakthrough is we're able to identify and have you remove account takeover attempts. This is when someone else is trying to either take over your account or impersonate your account on social media. The third breakthrough is you're able to protect yourself and others from malicious phishing link exposure. This is when someone sends you a message with a link to a website that looks legitimate, but is really disguised as a way to collect your information without you knowing it. This scheme is happening more and more on social networks right now, mainly because so many people use social networks, and we're able to put the rules in place to identify these malicious links, and using the breakthroughs that I mentioned earlier, expose the ability for you to block those users or take down those users from social networks. And because of all of this, the last breakthrough is you're able to finally control the content attributed to your name on the social network platforms. We're going to come back to all of these in a little bit, but I want to show you right now how easy it is to set up SocialSentry within your MyIDCare account. I'm on the MyIDCare dashboard right now. My demo individual is Maria Martina. And Maria already has an account with MyIDCare. But if you're not familiar with the MyIDCare platform, I want to take a minute to show you around. Along the top of the screen is one of our most important areas in MyIDCare. This is where all the notifications and alerts show up whenever we detect a change to your identity or an exposure of your identity somewhere out on the internet. And within these alerts, we put the actions available to you in order to request help from the MyIDCare recovery team, flag something as suspicious or valid, or in the case of SocialSentry, delete a post, block a user, hide content, or request that that user or content be taken down from the social network. Below the notifications area is a series of widgets and tools available to help you protect your identity. So we have a number of services here that are constantly monitoring the various pieces of your identity, whether it's credit monitoring, dark web, public records, or social media. An area that allows you to manage your personal information that you would like to have monitored on the dark web. And several areas here where you can request the help of the MyIDCare recovery team, check on a password to make sure that it isn't compromised or hacked, keep tabs on your credit score on a month-to-month basis, and lock and unlock your credit, especially when it isn't in use. The topic of today, of course, is SocialSentry. So let's get started with activating SocialSentry. The first thing we're going to do is provide a couple nicknames. This helps us learn a little bit more about you as an individual, how else you refer to yourself on social networks, and that's crucial in helping us identify who is impersonating or attempting to take over one of your accounts versus what is a legitimate account that's owned by you. So we're going to provide a couple other nicknames here. Now, Maria is a not a prolific social media user, but she has an account nonetheless. And she didn't go by too many other nicknames, and she doesn't refer to herself as too many other things on social media. So we're just going to keep it pretty standard. And we're going to look for a combined Maria Martina, and then Maria and Martina separately. Now beyond that, it's just as simple as clicking the green plus button and selecting a social network that you'd like to connect for us to start doing our work. Now we connect to the popular social networks, including Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube, and we're adding more as time goes by. Today we're going to focus on Facebook because Maria has a Facebook account. Now this is going to go out to Facebook right now and ask for us to log in or authorize MyIDCare to have access to Maria's Facebook account to start analyzing the content and the posts. If I haven't already logged in yet into my Facebook account, I would have been asked to provide my username and password. I just so happen to already be logged in to make this step a little bit easier. And just like that, MyIDCare is now analyzing Maria's Facebook activity. Now, the scanning is taking place in the background, and there aren't going to be any alerts produced for the next several minutes. So while that's happening, let's flip back over to the PowerPoint presentation. I'll show you what some of those alerts might look like. So for a quick summary here, let's just go over how easy it was to get SocialSentry set up. All I had to do was log into my MyIDCare dashboard, click on the SocialSentry widget, provide a couple nicknames that I refer to myself as on the social networks. I can choose from a list of the popular social networks right now that we support to connect one of my accounts. Once my accounts are connected, I have this beautifully formatted dashboard here where I can see the status of all the different accounts across the different social networks that are currently being monitored on my behalf. And if an event happens where an alert is produced, this is an example of what it might look like on the MyIDCare dashboard. This is an example where someone is trying to impersonate my Facebook account. And so we clearly call out in the subject line of the alert that this is an impersonation attempt on Facebook. It shows who is trying to impersonate me, any posts that they've posted on my account, and crucially, all of the alert actions where I can hide this, block the account, or request that the account be taken down wholesale from the social network itself. I have a couple other examples as well. Here's an example of an alert for a phishing link. This one happened to be on Twitter. We provide the content, including a redacted version of the content where the malicious link was found, and crucially, a link to the offending source so you can actually go out to Twitter in this case to see what that content looks like. And of course, with all of our alerts, the ability to hide, block, or request that the account be taken down. I have one more example here, which makes sense a lot for parents who are worried about their children's activity on social network. SocialSentry also monitors for profanity, references to drugs, sexual activity, including sexually explicit emojis. And so if you're monitoring one of your children's social media accounts, you could also potentially expect alerts of this nature as well. So you can see the profile that the content was posted on. You can even see the content itself. Go out and view the offending source, and crucially again, hide, block, or request that the account be taken down. So I hope this was an informative demo of MyIDCare SocialSentry. We're really excited about this new feature, and we hope that you are as well. Again, my name is Semke, and I thank you for your time today. Thanks.